Good morning, guys. Greg here from Almost Heaven Outdoors. How's everyone doing today? Hope you're having a good morning. I had to just drop my dog off to the vet to get neutered. I was going to start the video a little sooner, but it was still too dark to see in the car. I recorded this whole video yesterday, actually, and had the radio playing the whole time like a fool, so you couldn't hear me, so I have to restart it. This is the first episode of Coffee Thoughts. Oh, my camera's falling down now. Awesome. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. So I've got Dunkin' Donuts today. I stopped and got the coworkers some donuts to share, so they should be happy. It's Friday. The topic we're going to cover today is trout fishing in West Virginia. If you're from West Virginia or know anything about it, we have some beautiful trout streams, native trout streams. We have places that are stocked, ponds that are stocked, lakes that are stocked, rivers that are stocked with trout. So we have native trout and stock trout. They usually stock rainbow trout. There's some gold trout, some brook trout. Oh, camera's falling again. Some brown trout. So we've got all kinds of stock trout. Now the issue that I wanted to bring up, that I wanted to talk about during this episode of Coffee Thoughts, is when people are chasing the stock truck. So the stock truck is the thing that takes the trout from the hatchery to the water, put them in the water for people to catch, which is great. Now you have some retirees and some other people that have the day off and stuff that follow those trucks around when they can find them and catch the fish right after they put them in the water, which is great. Those guys paid their dues. They worked hard over the years. They're allowed to do that. But that's the issue that people seem to have that bring up that causes confrontation. They follow the trucks. The fish get put in the water. Those guys stand there. They catch their 6 fish. They go home. They come back. They catch 6 more fish. They go home. So the limit, the creel limit is 6 fish in our state. So you can take 6 fish every day. And then there's a limit that you can have at your house in the freezer and stuff like that. But these people, they're fishing the water out. So if they only stock 40 or 50 trout in a section, 3 or 4 guys can go there and catch their limit a few days in a row, and it's about empty. And that's the problem. I'm going to refer to our neighboring state, Pennsylvania, a good bit in this video, and some of my other coffee thoughts, just because I know a little more about them than other states. But they have a trout season. I believe again sometime in April, and then it ends a month and a half or 2 months later. And that's the only time that you can keep your trout. I personally think that that's a pretty good rule, a pretty good law that they have, because it gives other people a chance to catch the trout. Now I know the stock trout aren't very strong. They probably start to die as soon as they get put in the water. They may live a little bit longer, and most of the trout do die off during the warm seasons anyway. So I'm not saying that the trout shouldn't be taken home and eaten and used that way, but I'm just saying that as soon as they're put in the water, that people are catching them and taking them home right away and coming back and fishing the water out before others get a chance. Especially places like little ponds. Like we have a pond up by Cooper's Rock State Forest, and they call it Elbow Lake because there's so many guys around there, elbow to elbow, around the entire lake, that you can almost not cast the line out. And to me, as a sportsman, sitting around a pond that's no bigger than a football field and maybe not 10 feet deep at its deepest, and then having a couple guys put a couple buckets of fish in, and then you stand there, or you sit there with your bait, on the bottom or on top or whatever, and then you take 6 trout home. I don't really get a thrill of that. Some people might, and that's all personal opinion. And as long as you guys are outdoors enjoying yourselves, it doesn't matter to me what you're doing. But I just think it's a little bit unfair to some of the other anglers that don't get a chance to catch the fish. So if you guys have any opinions on this or any thoughts on the matter, I'd like you to chime in. Let me know. See what you think. But my personal opinion is I think they should lower the creel limit to about 4 fish, and that there should be a season when you could take them, so you could catch them for a couple months before you're allowed to take them home. And then we could talk about native fish, and that's a whole different story. People keep those and eat those and stuff, and we have a pretty good population right now, as to what I believe. So hopefully that all works out. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this little short segment of Coffee Thoughts. I'm going to try to keep between like 3, 5, 7 minutes, something in that area, so not to bore you guys to death. But hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you have an opinion on it. And I just want to start some friendly conversation, friendly discussion about this. I don't want anybody to get hostile about it. So catch you guys next time.